another Ascendant video. This time we're on Capricorn. So the Ascendant is your physical body, your personality, your physical initial motivations. It's kind of like your stamp that you're applied when you're first, when you're first able to kind of identify consciously. So it's kind of whatever your parents tell you are, you're going to assign that personality to yourself before you recognize your sun sign a little bit later on. So starting with Capricorn Ascendant, which is another one of my favorite ascendants, but I'm a Capricorn sun, so how could I not love Capricorn Ascendants? Capricorn Ascendants' physical appearance. They have gentle, dainty features, like high, beautiful cheekbones and like great natural teeth usually, or big teeth. Something about their teeth is usually interesting, or their bone structure is usually like very prominent because again Capricorn rules the bones. Their eyes are usually like small but oval and dark, piercing. Their hair is usually dark and thick and healthy, beautiful hair usually. They usually have a few gray hairs because this is Saturn, especially if Saturn is on the ascendant. But sometimes Capricorn ascendants tend to have a couple of gray hairs, and they tend to just look older when they're younger. So they can have gray hairs when they're kids, and then as they get older, they'll Capricorn, this is Saturn, so this is restricting the physical body, so they tend to not be so tall and grow up kind of petite, slimmer, short. Even if it's male, they're usually between like 5'1" and 5'8" Capricorn ascendants. But not all of them, because there are some tall ones, but typically they come in a smaller package. Great skin, or something about the skin that is prominent, so they could be acne prone, but typically they have beautiful flawless skin, Capricorn ascendants. Some of them do struggle with skin issues though. It depends on the rest of the chart. So as far as early life goes, the father figure or whoever was bringing in the money could have did it in an unconventional way, or stability was kind of unconventional, or their early upbringing could have been seen by others as different. How they were raised or how they were being handled as kids or babies could have been seen by outsiders as being like unconventional or restrictive in certain ways, or unstable even. As far as communication goes, these people can tend to be vague at times, or they sometimes can get liquid courage and tend to do better when they drink or smoke a little bit of kush. Sometimes they get a little bit more relaxed or get a lot more talkative, or loosen up more when they indulge in those things. I'm not saying that they should. I'm just saying that sometimes their communication style can be confusing or aloof even. And also they could be very keen, like very psychically aware, and pick up on the feelings of others through words and through communication devices. Like say you send them a text, they can read it and pick up on the frustration, or they can see a video and really pick up on, they can be really compassionate in terms of communication. Whereas that could be usually a detached form of third house is not the most emotional house, so them having Pisces there, they kind of bring that emotional communication style. And at home, they could be anywhere from just the boss, like I wear the pants, I run this, to even downright abusive or bullyish, or they could push others around within the home setting, or expect things to go their way in terms of like the home, or be selfish at home, or do better living alone, or with people that are okay, with people with Libra energy that are okay with compromising with them in the home. So in this case, they could do well with even a Cancer Ascendant, I could see, because Cancer Ascendant would have like Libra in their 4th house, so they'd be more apt to be more fair in the home. So, and I have seen Capricorn Ascendants and Cancer Ascendants coexist, but then sometimes poor Cancer get bullied. But yeah, Capricorn Ascendants can have a cold side to them, but that's no surprise because it's just Saturn. So, and it could play out. They could come off super professional, but behind closed doors they could be emotional and just over the top and irrational because of this where they letting off their emotional steam. So yeah, they could be, sometimes they could be crazy behind closed doors or just mean, but not always. Also, they could just be more wild than you would think and more involved in the law than you would think a Capricorn might be. Like, they could be the type that you wouldn't even think they had a record. They got a record. They also take joy and pride in what they wear and their clothing and shopping experience. And these people love massages. They love having their skin touched. If you want to romance them, definitely want to whip out the oils with Capricorn Ascendant. As far as their work life goes, they could be quite, as far as their daily routine goes, they could be notoriously unorganized. Like, no routine, no structure. It's here, it's there, it's everywhere. It's not really set in stone. It could be knocked around a lot based off of their siblings too. Their siblings could cause a huge. Capricorn Ascendants usually are the oldest siblings, right? So their siblings could cause distractions in their life on a daily basis. They could just be the authority figure amongst their siblings, or the one that's kind of in charge, right? So they can just tend to just be tending to siblings a lot, or cousins, or neighbors, or friends, or everybody gets a little piece of them. So because of this, they could fall behind and be unorganized, and they could lack structure in any a real set routine regarding their daily life. They could really attract or seek out partners that are really emotionally nurturing and warm and available and just soft and sweet. And they could attract pushovers, and they could, like I said, I don't mean to make some ascendants sound harsher than others, but I'm just breaking down the charts. So I'm just breaking down the signs, and I just see the consistencies in certain, like the way the houses are, the way the signs are set up. Capricorn Ascendants if they're not careful, they can have that bully energy, and it's because it's like they try to hide their emotional side by overcompensating and being cold, and then they seek out emotionally available people because that's the part of them they feel like they need to express more. But then they run these people over sometimes, or they can bully these people sometimes, and it could just be an endless and sad cycle with the Cancer-Capricorn relationship if Capricorn Ascendants aren't careful. And they don't have to be dating a Cancer, but even if they're dating somebody that has Cancerian energy, someone that's motherly, nurturing, sensitive, moody, they can tend to attract people like this and kind of drain them mentally sometimes, or emotionally, if they're not careful. But this could also work too, because Capricorn Ascendants, they kind of got that breadwinner vibe, and then Cancers are just all about nurturing the home. So it could be the best of both worlds, but they would have to work to not take advantage of their partner. When it comes to their sex life and their finances, I feel like they really like to shine through some kind of creative involvement. They really do prefer to do something creative with their time. They really want to do something they feel like brings them a sense of pride and joy and happiness. They don't want it to be just rooted in vanity, but they really want it to be something that they can say, like, okay, like, I put like a sense of my my heart into that. They really do enjoy changing things based off of how they express themselves creatively, or even making a living out of something that they did out of like their bare hands. That Capricorns really do like to make something out of nothing. So when it comes to their money, I feel like their financial life, they really like to show off in terms of just doing something that's kind of unexpected, or that requires them to just be solo and be independent, because they are an independent sign. They really just kind of like to just do their thing, and they do better working alone. By the public, they can really be seen, even though in the home life they may or may not be assholes. In the public life, they come off super fair, beautiful, very Venusian, very diplomatic and kind, and they usually do get away with a lot in the public eye. No matter what's going on behind closed doors or what they're getting into, they tend to maintain a certain level of respect and recognition and appreciation in the public. As far as their groups go, their closest friends could be quite clingy and toxic if they're not careful. They could have relationship bonds with people that are just super invested in them, and also kind of possessive. Their associations and their groups can be kind of possessive. And also Capricorn ascendants could also really believe strongly in the occult, in like voodoo, astrology, dark magic, black magic, dark arts, all that hidden and mysterious stuff in life. They could really have grown up a lot around that, or have family that experience a lot of things that, like with the supernatural and stuff like that. They could have family that really indulges in the supernatural as well. As far as like their subconscious side and what they would probably need to tap into in order to be more fulfilled, to get better sleep, and to have some form of self-healing, it would do great for them to travel, to branch out, to just detach from old friends and just really commit to new experiences, and not be afraid of going out on their own outside of like the home of origin in particular. You know, like that could be really healing for them, is just getting outside of their country of origin. That could be really big for a Capricorn ascendant. So that's pretty much all I have for Cap ascendants. If you want to keep up with my astrological posts, please feel free to subscribe. I'll check you out on the next ascendant video. I'll be doing it's been a long night. Aquarius ascendant next. Peace out.